All right, hello, this is Joyce Kettering from creativeandproductive.com. Today I'm going to show you how you can register your work, your musical work, your album with the US Copyright Office. I'm assuming you want to copyright the sound recording and the underlying composition all at the same time so that you don't have to pay two registration fees. And I'm gonna assume you want to copyright an entire album all at once again, so you don't have to pay individual registration fees for each song of the album. Okay, so first step is you go to the US Copyright Office website and you go to register copyright, and that will take you here. When you click on here, you will be invited to create an account. I won't walk you through that because it's super easy, it's straightforward, and I don't want to waste your time. So, create an account with them, and then you'll find that you land on this page. Now, I've already selected sound recording, but you can copyright anything you want. But if you wanted to copyright only a composition, you would choose work of the performing arts. But since we want to copyright the sound recording and the underlying composition, we have to choose the sound recording option. And they explain it very well here, where we're claiming both the sound recording and the recorded work, the underlying composition. So that's what we need to do. And it's just that when we fill in the author, and we'll get to it in a little bit, when we fill in the author, we'll need to add something here in the other field. Okay, so you click the box, you confirm, and you continue. Now, we're copyrighting an entire album and all the songs within that album. In order to do that, the album name should be, the type of title is title of work being registered. That would be the album name. Or, if you wanted to register, for example, all in one, if you wanted to create an album, you don't need to distribute it or sell it, by the way. But if you wanted to create an album with all the songs you wrote in 2018, for example, you could title this, Joyce's 2018 songs, and then that would be the title of the work being registered. And then each song that I wrote in 2018, I would add them individually as new contents titles. So the way it works is you select new, contents title, you add the name of the song, and you save. So super straightforward. And if anything is unclear, you have some help here, so don't hesitate to go there. They're really super helpful, super easy to understand. So yeah, go for it. So it says right here, basically, if you have an album, this is the title of work being registered, and then for each track, contents title. Okay, now you save, you continue, and it's time to add the information for publication. So I just, for simplicity purposes, I said the work wasn't published, but it was completed in 2019. You could say the work has been published. If it has, then you'll need to add the date of first publication. Super important, the country where it was first published. And if you have one of those numbers, for example, if you register the composition with your PRO, you may have an ISWC number. So you can add that information here. It's always quite helpful. So I'll go back to no and continue. Okay, now that's where you need to make sure you pay attention if you want to copyright both the sound recording and the underlying composition at once. So you'll add the author, so add me. And I have, okay, this is my name, I'll put my citizenship, where I live. Pseudonyms, by the way, just make sure it applies to you. Even if you work with pseudonyms, it may be that this doesn't apply. They specify here that if both the author's legal name and fictitious name appear on the copies or phonorecords of the work, then the work is not being considered pseudonymous. So even if you use an alias, if your name actually appears on the album, like your legal name, then you cannot, you shouldn't be saying it's a pseudonymous. Even if, so let's say I'm thinking, an album by Gorillaz, Damon Albarn's name is also features on the album, so it would not be a pseudonymous work. Okay, then you save this, and that's where it's important that you say, okay, the author created the sound recording, but in the other field, if the author contributed to both the sound recording and the recorded work, then you'll check the box sound recording, which we did. And then in the other field, you'll describe the author's contribution to the recorded work. So here I'll add lyrics and music. So by doing that, I'm also copywriting the underlying composition, the song that is on the sound recording. And that's it. That's all there is to it. Then I'll continue, and I'll go to the claimants, and you can, if it's you again, you just add me, and that's, you'll fill in that information if you want to edit, so you'll add your address. If you're a label or if you're a publisher, you may want to put an organization name, but this just seems easier, but your call really there. Then you continue. Limitation of claim, you want to leave that empty unless you have a good reason to include something here. Rights and permissions, that's contact information basically. So if someone wants to use your work, your copyrighted work, who can they get in touch with? Remember, copyright registration, it's unlikely that you'll have to go to court and sue someone to claim damages. So copyright registration is also to have kind of that formal proof of ownership, so people can actually look up the copyright owner of a recording or a composition and get in touch with you if they want to use it. Again, that's just contact stuff. Then mail certificate, this is the name and address to which the registration certificate should be mailed. So it's just contact stuff. Now, special handling is if you want to expedite the copyright registration. It can take a little while, so you may want to do that if there's something urgent, but there's a big surcharge fee. Just remember, as soon as you created the work, you already own the copyright. So copyright registration is a bonus. So, if it takes weeks or months to get the registration, it shouldn't stop you from, trying to do stuff with your music. You already own the copyright. This is an extra step to add, an extra layer of protection. So if you want to expedite, go for it, Continue. Then there's certification. It's basically, confirming that you're the author or copyright claimant or the owner of the exclusive rights, or that you're an agent, authorized to make this copyright registration on behalf of the author or copyright claimant. You can add a note to the Copyright Office, and then continue. And here we are. You just review your submission. So I'm not gonna add to cart because it does say in bold and underlined that once you submit your application, you can't make changes to it, and this is template application. But that's it really. It's a standard copyright application for sound recording. The only thing that you need to be careful about, well, not the only thing, but the big thing you need to be careful about is when you add the author, you want to make sure that you tick that sound recording box and that you add lyrics and music to that other box if you want to copyright the sound recording and the underlying composition. If you don't add the text in the other box, then you only be copyrighting the sound recording. And then you would need, if you wanted to copyright the to register for copyright for the underlying musical work, then you would have to do to fill out another application, with a different case type and pay a fee again. So that's it. I hope you have found it helpful. If you have any follow-up questions, don't hesitate to comment and I'll do my best to answer. Bear in mind, I am not the copyright office. They actually have a great help section, and you can contact them directly. I believe they even include a phone number here, or yeah, you have a phone number here, toll free, if you're in the US. Anyway, so don't hesitate to get in touch with them as well if you need any additional help. All right, that's it for me today, and have a great day. Bye.